Welcome to LNP Renewable System Integrator. Today we are going to discuss about the ship automation basics part 8. If you have missed part 1 to 7, please subscribe to the channel. In our channel we had created a playlist from part 1 to 22. So in part 8 we are going to discuss about protection and the monitoring relays. So at the end of this session we will try to find the answers for the following. That is, what are the functions of protecting and monitoring relays? How a current monitoring relay looks like, okay, how to detect a overcurrent in a ABB relay, and how to detect, okay, undercurrent, okay, how a DOL starter with the current control is wired, how a DOL starter with the phase imbalance control is wired, how a Siemens PTC relay looks like, how it is wired, how a Schneider multifunction protection relay is wired. Okay, so as we told earlier in our discussion, we might be using so many symbols, abbreviations and short forms. If you have any doubt regarding the instruments for measurement and indication, circuit breakers, connections, generators, transformers, fuses in the circuit breaker, protection and monitoring equipments, switches, relays, contactors, units and divers, kindly please refer to this part. So what is a protection and monitoring? It ensures the safety and a high level of system availability by monitoring the electrical power. It can be a voltage, it can be a current, or it can be a frequency. Okay, mostly in onboard ships. Okay, some of the essential equipments, okay, especially the electrical equipments. So we have current monitoring relays, voltage monitoring relays, phase imbalance and phase sequence relays, PTC relays. Okay, so these relays will trip in case of any emergency. Now let us try to have an idea about the current monitoring relay. We have a function diagram. Basically it has four more important things which is happening in this current monitoring, that is starting override, response time, threshold value, reset value and hysteresis. Okay, the starting override, which is nothing but the measured value outside the tolerated range or ignored during the startup. Okay, next is response delay. So this threshold value violations are accepted within the time delay. That is the response delay. Threshold, it measures value passes the set minimum or maximum, the relay will trip. So the tripping option is happening only in the threshold value location. Okay, next reset, the value where the relay picks up again. So what is hysteresis? It is a range between the threshold value and the reset value. Next, overcurrent direction. So this is an example of a current monitoring relay in ABB. Okay, so if you had a plan to set a overcurrent direction, so this is overcurrent setting. This is how you need to set inside the relay, and we can open this and you can set the settings here, so that if any excess current happens, okay, it will trip. Next is the undercurrent setting. See, there is a switch difference. See, in the previous picture the switch was down and the switch was up. Now for the undercurrent protection it is entirely different. So what this will happen, we have a rated voltage or rated current. Okay, if the current which is being received by this relay is less than the rated current or expected current or essential current, then it will trip. Okay, next is the DOL starter. So this is an example of a DOL starter. We had a plan to monitor using the current monitoring relay. In the DOL starter also you can use with the help of this current control. Okay. Next, we also have the phase monitoring relays. Okay, so these relays, they will try to measure the balance and imbalance between the phases. If there is any phase imbalance, immediately it will trip. Okay, next we also have implement this phase monitoring relay in DOL starters. Okay, so that we are making a phase imbalance control over there. Next is a PTC relay circuit. Okay, so this is a wiring diagram of the PTC relay circuits. So when you get into depth of this PTC relay travel diagram, okay, it acts like a varistor. So this protective relay, it has so many functions. It has overspeed, over excitation, okay, synchro check, bus and the line under voltage, reverse power, loss of excitation, negative sequence under current, negative sequence under voltage, instantaneous overcurrent, power factor, bus over voltage, bus over or under frequency. All these things we can measure. Okay. Next, we also have in the market that is 3-pole multifunction protection relays. So this is a wiring diagram, okay, of how to connect a Schneider with a 3-pole multifunction protection relays. So when you had any sort of these applications, by referring these wiring diagram, you can start your wiring. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. And if you like the video, please share to your friends. If you want to know more and learn more, you can contact us. We have provided the contact details here. We, LNP Renewable System Engineer, we are providing PLC programming training for EEE, EC and instrumentation college students. Or if you are really interested to work in GCC countries, you can contact us. We are providing PLC programming training for Siemens, Allen Bradley and Delta PLCs. If you are really interested to work in ship automation, building management system, building automation control system, especially in the GCC countries, then you can contact us. We have provided the contact details here. If you are really interested to establish a solar DC light system where the e-power is not available, then you can contact us. We can provide the contact details here. We are also providing, okay, for your agriculture farms, if you're really interested to protect your crops from the animals, okay, instead of going for electrical fencing, you can use the solar fencing. We are providing solar fencing as a kit. We are also providing solar on-grid, off-grid, hybrid, solar street light, solar pump services, design, installation, testing and commissioning, consultancy and training supports. And most importantly, if you want to learn the electrical vehicle basics and access control system basics, then you can contact us. We have provided the contact details here. Thank you so much.